Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Swissman 15, and welcome back to another online battle for Medieval 2 Total War. This one is a free-for-all with probably the closest 1v1 I've had in my entire time playing this game, between me and the Crimson Kaiser over here. You can see that I'm playing as the Byzantines and he's playing as the Moors, and over here we do have Monasterio playing, or actually Killage, can't ever remember that, playing Captain Invisible over in this corner, but their battle is not exciting. Well, it did not seem so exciting. I didn't really watch it, but that's just my perspective based on the outcome. Anyway, and I don't know if I even have time to record it. If I do, we will take a peek at it. But right now, we're going to take mostly looking at the battle between me and the Crimson Kaiser, just because it was probably one of the craziest battles I fought. Really close. I loved it. But just so you can see over here, we do have England playing the Welsh, and England seems to be rushing in a bit. Got a bombard over here, or actually Culverin from Wales firing into the lines of the English. But if we just take a quick look at the lines of me and the Crimson Kaiser, I got 3 Allen Light Cavalry and 4 Latin Con with armored attack and a General's Bodyguard armored attack. Then I got a bunch of Varangians, 2 in the center I think have armored attack, the rest of the infantry just have attack. So 4 Latin Cons with attack and then 2 flanking Varangians with attack. And also 4 Byzantine Guard Archers, 2 of which probably have attack. I think the ones in the center do. That's typically my build here. Crimson Kaiser, on the other hand, he's got about 3 units of Desert Archers, actually. And then, what is that? 4 units of dismounted Turk Spearmen, and then 2 units of Latuma Spearmen, followed by 4 units of dismounted Christian Guard. For cavalry, he's got, I think, 4 units of mounted Christian Guard, probably. Actually, only 3. What? No, 4. And then he's got 2 units of camels, and plus his very powerful General's Bodyguard in those lines as well. So now, just taking a quick peek back over here, because our battle hasn't quite started yet, you can see the English have engaged. He's now going mostly around this left side of Wales. His cav sort of hanging back. You can see he's got a bit of routing going on. Not a good sign for an early start here. He's keeping some of his infantry in reserve, the armored swordsman, which I probably would have sent in as the absorbent of fire rather than my good noble knights, or dismounted English knights more so. Oh, was that the Welsh general? Yes, that was the Welsh general. That's a really unlucky death right there. Wow. 1 charge and he's gone. Even though the English general's fighting some spearmen. Well, he did get a rear charge, so they're routing out. Right now, we just got the retinues fighting more so. If we take a look back at the battle over here, we got some skirmish going on between me and the Moors over here. Got my Allen Lights going in, harassing his Desert Archers, trying to take him out and use my skirmish advantage to its full potential, these Byzantine Guard Archers. So now he's sending up his spearmen to retaliate. At this point, I really should start focusing fire on the spearmen to be just really take them out. And yes, you can see the arrows coming in. They can't really handle firepower too much. They don't have too much armor on them, though. Actually, gave them armor upgrades, which really does help them since they have no armor to begin with, based on how I've been told the stats work. So now he's coming in to rush my build. So I am setting up my infantry to protect my guard archers so they can do the most damage they possibly can. Oh, just focusing down on these spearmen. The camel's coming into a melee against some of my infantry, which is actually good for me because I want to take them out with infantry rather than cavalry. It's got a good charge here by some Christian Guard, but I will probably envelop them. Got my Allen Lights completely free on that flank. On this side, it seems that I completely overran 1 unit here, and got my Allen Lights also wrapping around here. Unfortunately, I did get my Christian Guard now wrapped into, or not my Christian Guard, my Latin Con wrapped into some melee with some spearmen, which is just not advisable. And my Allen Lights are getting a bit countered by some bodyguard here. Just want to get rid of these archers and prevent them from doing any more damage to my lines, because I think I can probably out melee him overall. And it seems that he completely smashed through from a good charge of this Christian Guard of my central infantry, so I'm setting my Byzantine Guard Archers to plug that gap and just buy myself some time. So he's almost completely neutralized my shooting capability besides 1 archer of Byzantine Guard Archers. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Over here you can see the battle's pretty much all in England's favor. The Welsh have routed more so they're gone. But then my general dies. that was really unfortunate. He actually got rear charged, I see, but I was really unhappy with how that happened. The general's bodyguard of the Byzantines is not good, and then my general's bodyguard routes, which is really bad for this period of the game because I am struggling to hold this giant, massive infantry right here. So what I then focus on is I start thinking, okay, I need to win this side over here. It's my best chance of winning this fight. So I'm going some rear charges, taking out any of these spearmen I can. And look at these Allen Lights just ripping through that spearman unit. And this units here are now free. He's got some Christian Guard actually wrapping around me, which is terrifying, especially when you have no general. On this side, I still got mass routing. You can see I got a lot of cav out here, like 23 Allen Lights that probably routed. And I'm trying to get them back. My general's bodyguard has returned, so I'm just trying to plug any gaps here, fight off the lats of his cav. It's really desperate moves right here, trying to save this battle. You can see the amount of Christian Guard he's still got left fighting against me. And I just want to take those out. Actually, I got some Latin guns there, made it look a lot bigger because they all look pretty similar. His general's bodyguard is now fighting in some of the melee against my remaining infantry and Byzantine guard archers that are holding pretty strong. But I also got my Varangian guard going around the side, hoping to take out some of his cav. Well, there was the English general, slain by some of the Welsh longbowmen, which is kind of impressive, considering they have terrible melee stats. And right now, it looks pretty bleak for me overall, just how many troops I've got, but I'm trying to chase down as many of these Christian Guard as I can, just take them out of the fight. I don't want to have to deal with them. And I'm getting my remaining cav just to take out any of these stragglers, like those desert archers, so I can use what I can to save my archers here and my returning infantry, and still keep this Byzantine guard archers in the fight. Whew, that general's bodyguard still harassing me. His general impervious to death, as always the Eastern general's bodyguard are quite strong, especially the Moors having one of the best. But there goes his general, which is a huge God send in my direction. And you can see I now got my Allen Lights coming in for some charges, but he's got Spearmen, which is like the Achilles heel of Allen Lights, really, or any cav for that matter. My general's bodyguard still fighting on the front lines, trying to charge off his infantry and kill them all, but he's still got all these Spearmen running about. So I'm getting in my returning Latin con here just to fight off these dismounted Tuareg if I can, try to clean those out because I can kill his heavy infantry with my cavalry, which I now do seem to have an advantage in. As you can see, I just got a good charge here, taking out those Christian Guard with some Allen Lights. However, we do have some more Christian Guard in a pretty healthy 42 unit heading over to take out my Byzantine Guard Archers, which I'm terrified of, because my Byzantine Guard Archers are like my saving grace, or anything that will save me this battle. That's the Welsh fleeing, so don't mind them. Wales Zoe's fleeing, they'll sing songs about it. So now I'm just trying to skirmish him, get my Byzantine Guard Archers in a place of safety, or just tire these guys out and buy myself some time to fight off his other units. Like these Christian Guard, which were just, or actually, yeah, Christian Guard, charged down by my Allen Lights, which I always like to see. Down to 2 of them, didn't quite rout, unfortunately. Over here, all my infantry's gone, besides some Byzantine Guard Archers, just probably going to start shooting against those dismounted Tuareg. My Allen Lights also trying to get some rear charges here, rout those Byzantine, or those Christian Guard. I can't even speak right now. I'm mixing up my units. I don't got Christian Guard, but I say I do. And he doesn't have Byzantine Lancers because I'm the Byzantines, but you know. These Christian Guard are heavily depleted now after taking some pretty tough rear charges, and my General's Bodyguard going after these Christian Guard and just trying to take them out once and for all. Unfortunately, I realize he still has some Christian Guard over here as well, mounted. And he's got his dismounted Tuaregs fighting me, and at this point I really should have gone for that charge. That would have probably saved my archers a great deal in hindsight, but I was also more afraid of these Christian Guard over here too. And there goes the last of his mounted Christian Guard in that corner. He's just got the 2 over here. Now he's got some returning straggling infantry, these 4 dismounted Tuareg. So my Allen Lights just charging down that unit here, and my General's Bodyguard trying to save my Byzantine Guard Archers here, which I feel like should be winning this fight. As you can see, just fighting off some, yeah, you stab him. Stab him away! Now I've just got my Allen Lights and Byzantine General's Bodyguard. Other than that, I can't really do much. A nice rear charge here, but the weird thing is I do the rear charge, and then my I can't speak. My archers rout. And I'm just like, what? Why? Why would you rout like that? But they do nevertheless. Getting my Allied still doing for crazy charges, taking out those Christian Guard almost entirely. Still got a mounted one left. So I've got my, now, all that's left, 4 Allen Lights. He's got a few Spearmen, and he's got those 3 mounted and unmounted Christian Guard together. So it's not looking good for me. Just the Allen Lights to save me. Just got to try to take out that Christian Guard so I can do cycle charges, which I think that he actually does die, if I recall correctly, right about now. Right, so I'm just trying to avoid getting caught up by his infantry, which in total is what, 2, 6, 13 men plus his 1 Christian Guard over here, fighting against my Allens. Come on, kill him. Kill him. Stab him. Yep. So my Allen Lights win that fight. And now all I want to do is take out those mounted or dismounted Christian Guard, and then I can focus on trying to outmaneuver these Spearmen, who are still in pretty good stamina, and they're pretty good against any light cav charges especially. But here I am, just going in for some charges. Gonna take out these 2 Christian Guard right about here, and they're gone. So now all he's got is his 11 Spearmen versus 4 Allen Lights. It's coming down to. Completely close. Really depends on how these charges work out. If they kill my Allen Lights, I'm doomed. If they kill more of his Spearmen, he's doomed. So it's really up to the gods of fate. Unfortunately, I was really angry at this point because I still have so many routers out here that, like, in pretty high numbers. If we just take a peek at them, that's the wrong side. That's also the wrong side. Here's what I'm trying to look at. You can see 14 Latin Con. 9 isn't that bad, but Byzantine Guards was pretty depleted, especially the ones that routed over here, the 10 and 7 that were fighting off the Spearmen. But, so now I'm just trying to find an opportunity to maybe charge in where his spears aren't quite facing me, trying to get a different angle in, just like right now, but he seems to have readjusted quite well, but I go in for the charge anyway. Kill off maybe 2 of them, it seems like, yeah. And overall, all he's got is 9 left, so I kill 2 of them for 1 of my Allen Lights, so now it's 3 to 9, so I think overall, that's an increase for the ratio for me, but I can't sustain that kind of loss, because if 2, 2, and 2, he will still have 3 men left if it stays at that kind of ratio of my little jousting Allen Lights. So here they come in once again, coming in for the charge, and actually that goes pretty well. Wow, I almost take out the entire unit. That's 4 of them dead right there. So now he's down to 5 against 2 Allen Lights. It's getting really close at this point, and I was really hoping that my Allen Lights would pull through. That would make them the heroes of every match ever. Then I was kind of interested to see him separate his units, but I guess it's for the best, trying to protect his men, really, but now they're coming back. So I'm like, okay, maybe not going for that charge anymore. My Allen Lights are now getting pretty tired. His men are still warmed up, which is a good thing for him, really. Now, it's just, I think I was waiting around trying to hope that my Allen Lights would probably recuperate, so we're just going to speed it up just a tad bit now. And nothing seems to be happening. We just got the English in massive numbers way out here. What's the time like here? Yeah, I still got some time, but probably not enough time to go back and watch the battle between the Welsh and the English, unfortunately. Oh, that charge came in. Woo. As you can see, I killed off 1 of his men, and I lost 1 of my Allen Lights, so now it's 4 men versus 1 Allen Light man. So it could really go either way, but at this point it's heavily in his favor. His men seem to have better morale, and 1 Allen Light can't really take out 4 Spearmen, I don't think. But I was still hoping that maybe some charges would go in my favor. I'm trying to get him out so we can regenerate a bit. So I'll keep a better tab here, make sure that I don't miss the charges that I do. Charges. No, it's at least 1 more. At least more than 1. Take. Oh. So here he comes in. Didn't really quite work out in that charge. No one seemed to die. Just an awkward exchange. Just glad he didn't rout. So we're gonna just sort of walk around again. You can see all the dead brethren around here. Oh, it's unfortunate. In the end, I don't think either of us really won this battle. It's pretty much fighting to a draw. Doesn't matter who wins at this point. But here we go with another charge coming in, and I kill one, which is good. And my Allen Light is gone, so now it's just 3-1. Just 3-1. My Allen Light is still fighting strong. Luckily, his charges haven't backfired and killed them as well. Because Spearmen do actually use some of the charge damage that they sort of repel the charge by giving the charge damage back to Cav. And here we go with a pretty good charge here, but neither of them actually die. Just sort of bloodies this one up, which is unfortunate. If they both died, I think I could have won right there. The other guy might have just routed, but we still just got the one on light, fighting off those 3. And I think this is... got like 2 more charges left that show you who wins this fight in the end. And going in, the Allen Light actually dies. Unfortunately, he cannot kill another man, and that is my loss completely to the Crimson Kaiser, who was won by 3 dismounted Tuareg spearmen. That is absolutely the closest battle I've ever fought. The only closer battle I've ever seen was way back in the Clash of Kings tournament under Apollo, where Gigi Dasha and someone else fought down to 1 versus 1, and I forgot who won that, but that was a long time ago. Whew. Actually, what is it, like 2012? Oh my god. But, in the end, closest battle I really fought, just 3 dismounted Tuareg. I think if my general hadn't died so soon, it could have been a different game. Caused a lot of routing for me, but, you know, that's what happens. He got a really smart rear charge against my general with his superior general's bodyguard, which is probably the best thing he could have done. We'll just speed up to the end here. It's literally, just dismounted Tuareg gonna run over and fight the English, so it's not gonna be too bad to get there. Yep, oh, here we got some English Knights charging them, actually. The remainder of the English Knights. Actually kills off 2 of them, and the last guy goes in and kills off the last guy. And that's all that happened. So, killage only getting just under 600 kills. Definitely over it when you count in the captures. Captain Visible doing really well. Good victory, 900 kills and 240 captures. Crimson Kaiser getting less kills than me, but more captures, probably because my general died so soon. Also, he did have less kill overall, which doesn't take into account of probably why he got less kills overall too. I got the most kills actually, but the least captures, so that is fair enough. If we just look at the statistics, Allen Light Cavalry 95, 72, and 90, really epic wins for them, and 95 on general. Lancon, not as impressive, just 33, 28, 14, and 32, and 17. 33, 28, 14, and 32. Oh, yeah, not even any really good unit from the Lancons. Varangian Guard got 60, which seems like a highlight for the infantry, besides Byzantine Guards was getting 80. Other than that, seems that my infantry didn't do too hot, especially the central Varangian Guard that got charged. That was probably what could have also... Those charges really melted me down. His first general's charging mine, well actually that was second, and also his Christian Guard charging my infantry really wore down my any chance I had of winning that battle. So he really smashed my center, forcing me to put my Byzantine Guard archers into the melee, who actually served out pretty well with 58 and 80 over here. Although it's just 25 and 28, so a little bit iffy on how they perform. But thank you all for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Goodbye, my friends.